Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hi guys. Sorry we're running a little bit late.
Hi, Carla.
This is Carla Morrow. Hi Alan. I'm Carla of DragonLady Art Studios. This is my co-host.
I'm Alan Childers of Childers Art Studios, or Alan Childers Art and Illustration, whatever you want to call it.
Hooray!
Why do I have my lower third?
The first step is to have a consistent name.
Well, I'm just wondering why I have my lower third, like two lower thirds on here. I guess I don't need it because you have a thing on there. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got
So
an
we
overlay, but I don't
we
know how
we
to
need
turn
a
it off.
consistent name for our stream. That's a good segue. I like that.
I said you need a consistent name for your business.
Oh, I do. I do.
You're kind of all over the place.
Am I all over the place? Well, shit happens. Well,
Do you
it's about to
know?
get even weirder because the live stream here is going to also be a podcast. Yeah.
Hooray! So
We
we're
are going
starting
to
the
be. Oh, go ahead.
We're starting the Here Be Dragons podcast with artists where we discuss art and art business. And are you still dinging, you motherfucker?
I'm still a silent mode. I thought it was on. I can't tell on from off.
Apparently
Apparently.
not. Anyway, we're starting a podcast and we're going to be like talking to art guests and stuff, kind of like when we had Nathan on 2 weeks ago now, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was 2 weeks ago.
So basically, we'll be doing the lives and then we'll be pulling the audio and uploading them onto your local podcast platforms. We're still doing some research, but we're looking forward to asking artists what dragons they're facing that week or right now.
Yeah, because
Should be good.
I would say one of the main dragons that I think that we're kind of facing is AI. That would be the
Yeah.
one that would be the huge dragon in the room that I think is needs to be slain or at least conquered in
Fucking
some
dragons.
way. Maybe put a harness on it and we could fly it around. I don't
Ride
know.
that bitch home.
Yeah. But one thing I think that like things like podcasts and things like streaming and things do, it shows what AI can't do. It can't advocate for itself. So
Yes. Not yet, anyway. It's working
and
on
we can advocate for ourselves and support one another. So fuck you,
it.
AI.
Tell
Sorry,
me how you really feel, Alan.
we already got off onto the. I already dropped the F bomb. Sorry,
I know we're cursing early tonight. Sorry, guys. I think I,
cursing
I
like a
added that to
sailor.
the. I think I added that to the thing that we tend to. I have a potty mouth, and it doesn't help that I was like at a tattoo convention where everybody had a potty mouth. So.
I blame 12 years in the military. So
Well, you always gotta blame somebody. It's never
yeah.
you.
Wait a minute.
Sorry,
What
was
the
that a little
fuck?
harsh?
Damn it, Carla.
What? So yeah, so we're
Sometimes
gonna be doing
sometimes
what?
Carla gives me a sick burn and then I don't even recognize it until like 5 minutes later.
Because I'm that good. I'm that good.
I'm just kind of like going through my sketchbook here, looking at some different sketches that I have done and see if I get inspired. Oh my, there's a little risque art.
I just saw fuzzy. We're digging into the furry stuff?
No.
What is it? Summer furry art late. Oh, I didn't
There we
warm
go.
up, so my hand is shaky as hell. So yeah, the plan is to interview. I think we were talking about interviewing an artist every other week. So if you're an artist and you would like to be interviewed,
You can contact or email message us.
herebedragonsartstream@gmail.com.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just here be dragons artstream.gmail or at gmail.com. Uh,
Artcast.
Artcast. Thank you for the correction. Alan set everything up, which was good because I was at a show all weekend that was 12-hour days. Did I mention that? Did I mention it was 12-hour days? The tattoo convention had 12-hour days.
12-hour day. Why would you do that to yourself, Carla?
Because there was live painting, and I discovered that I do not like live painting. We can talk about that if you want.
Yeah, yeah. What did you find out about live painting that you didn't enjoy?
So, first off, my ADHD ass is easily distracted, and a show has lots of shinies. That was the first problem. The next problem was apparently I'm very music oriented, which I already knew, like, but I have kind of a narrow approval of music. Not that I have a problem with any other music, but listening to music that's not mine.
Sorry.
Shut up. Alan's already picking on me. Anyway, they played not my music all weekend, and I realized that I get overstimulated if it's not my jam.
Right, like if it's somebody else's playlist and you can't control
Well, it's
control
not.
what's being played.
Well, I'm a metalhead, and I'm okay with things other than metal. I'm okay, like unless it's country. Sorry, guys, I do not like country.
Oh, come on, Carla. There's always room for a little friends in low places.
Well, there's some country that I'm okay with. Little Johnny Cash. I'm a fan of Johnny Cash, but I think everybody who doesn't like country says that. So that's probably like you know, a trope or whatever.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was overstimulating, and the biggest thing is I don't work like other artists. I work very slowly, and I like pick and I push. I can't just sit down and come up with something on the fly. My work has to be pretty planned out.
Hmm.
Um, and there was a miscommunication in the live painting contest, and I showed up with a canvas that I had been working on for 2 months, the gold canvas with the lion on it, and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were
It was awesome. Yeah.
saying I'm gonna wipe it out and start again.
What? What the?
I
Oh no! Come
Yes, I have a
on.
better idea of what I want to do. No, no, no.
Oh,
So, pro tip: alcohol removes acrylic. So if you mess up a painting or you get acrylic in your brushes, use a little alcohol and take it right out. I'm gonna hit it with
sweet.
alcohol. I'm gonna wipe out the painting and I'm gonna start from square one. And I
All
have a
right.
better idea of what I'm gonna do.
So always paint with some whiskey beside you, and a
Just
little
paint
bit
drunk.
for your a little bit for your
Just paint
painting if you mess up, and then a little bit
exactly a
for
little bit for you. Clean your brushes and your shot glass.
oh
It's all
yeah,
good.
totally.
That's the it's
Totes and
better
go.
than cleaning it in your tea, right? So yeah,
There you go.
I won't be live painting again. I may bring like a painting if it's almost done, maybe.
Hmm.
I don't know. I did not like it.
Well, I think it would be hard to get into flow state. Like if it's a piece that
Yeah,
you've been working on, you have like a particular plan for it, and you can't just find your focus or hit flow state. It's not like sitting there having a conversation and it's still a little quiet. It is people walking behind you, having conversations, making comments. um it's very distracting.
yeah, yeah. That was definitely a major part of it as well. Um,
It's different if it's just you and your sketchbook, and you know
yeah,
and like you don't really like it's a bullshit throwaway piece, or just something
right.
that you can just easily stop and start. But like if you're invested, like isn't that like a $5,000 piece that you're trying to create with
It
that?
will be when it's done. And I'm actually, so one of the things I'm going to do was I did not like the way the universe was coming out. So
Hmm.
when I wipe that out, I'm actually going to add silver and copper to it for the star part and then paint in the space part still. So
Oh, nice.
it'll, I'm
Well, at least
adding
you've
more
got
men.
a better plan of attack for it, and like you're gonna come at it with,
Yeah,
come at it fresh.
exactly. So that was cool, but it would have been nice to like learn all those lessons. Everybody had their paintings up on stage and was showing it off, and everybody else had like a way more finished piece than I did, and mine just looked kind of amateurish just because
I
it's
Maybe
only
the
like
guy that
40
was right. Maybe the guy that was right beside you that had like the real mechanical looking one. I think maybe that was kind of more finished, but everybody else's was kind of like.
eh,
I mean,
the guy that ended
I thought they were okay. I thought they were okay, but definitely like technical difficulty and like detail. Like I would have went with yours, but maybe I'm biased.
yeah, I think you're biased. I appreciate you, but that's yeah. You also were looking at a grainy photo taken from the floor of the stage that I tried to
Yeah,
send you. The
half
guy in
biased.
the
Which one won? Do you remember? Do you know which one won, or do you just know it wasn't
yeah,
good?
the guy in the middle that painted the large silhouette with the red moon in the background.
Uh,
I'd actually like to have him on the podcast. Bradley? Shit, I'll have to double check. He's also Metalhead, so
Sweet.
bonus. Yeah, he
Oh,
was
okay.
he was the
Okay,
winner.
Bradley, yours was awesome. Okay. Sorry, I was talking shit.
No, you're not. You're never sorry you talk shit.
That's true.
Uh, yeah, like it was fun. It was a great like, and the show wasn't great like sales wise. I only did okay. I did about half of what I was hoping I would do.
Mhm.
This town is weird. It has events and everybody shows up like the first year because they want to see it succeed, but then they don't realize that they have to keep showing up.
Oh yeah,
So
it's an annual
yeah.
kind of event.
Yeah. So the first year is always like banger, and then the next year is always like, well, that's not great. So like people were walking around, they were like, there was 3 times the amount of people here last year. And they tried, right? Like the guys that ran it own a tattoo shop in town. He's really cool. He did this piece on me, but we can't see because the light is really bad. Um, so it's not like it was slapped together or a bad event or poorly run. Like none of that was an issue. It's just getting people in this town to do anything
Hmm.
is problematic. And a lot of it
And
is
where
like
was
it's
that
a
at?
transient. This was at the Inn of the Mountain Gods, the on the Mescalero Native Reservation.
Oh,
So it
okay.
was our local native casino.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And it was
I'm just
nice.
wondering
Like
how much.
the
I'm just wondering how much advertising they did for it, or anything like that. Because
yeah, quite a bit. It definitely wasn't bad. They're running into the same issue that all the shows are running into right now, as far as like AI and everything, and the socials and all this other stuff have us in our own walled little gardens. And unless
mm-hmm.
you're willing to pay, you can't get to anybody else, right? Like
Right.
it doesn't
Yeah,
matter, you know,
it's pay to play. It's pay to play social media right now, and
very much so.
if you can't afford to play, then you get seen last. Mhm.
Mhm, exactly.
I get that.
So and the guy is, the guy that runs it is big in the tattoo world. He's won a whole bunch of competitions and he does a lot of other tattoo stuff around. So like the tattoo artists were booked pretty much the whole time, which was great. There was
Oh,
you are so disruptive tonight. What the hell? Oh
my
my
bad.
god.
Sorry.
What are you doing?
I was sharpening my pencil. I was using
Clearly
an
we're starting a
electric
podcast.
sharpener.
We have no business starting a podcast because we are not like even remotely professional at this at all.
Well,
I
I'm
don't even
not.
know what
I'm
the
not.
hell we're thinking.
Well, it's funny. I'm not a professional anyway. I am like a like a like a tourist. I like to call myself a fan
You're a
art
tourist.
tourist,
Okay.
and like Carla is like my guide through all the professional woes of becoming a real artist.
I'm gonna
And
drag
so
your ass across the river Styx is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, it's like a safari. We're going on safari and we're talking to
You're on.
what?
Did you bring your coins? Nothing.
Did you say the river Styx? Oh fuck, Carla. Damn it.
Wow, that took you long enough. I'm your guide to hell.
Oh shit.
I told you better run, but
No, but I'm
you were like,
a
no, this is
my
gonna be
my
fun, and I was
full-time
like,
job
okay.
is as an art paraeducator at an elementary school, um, which is which sometimes it yields some interesting insights and things like, did you know there's Fat Bear Week? And like,
Yeah, I did know that.
and so like, I guess the one of the art teachers did some. Uh, she puts on the Fat Bear Week live streams, and they'll make fat bears. But my brain turns everything into fantasy a lot, and I was like,
Oh,
I could do like
I am so,
Fat Dragon
I'm
Week.
so glad you clarified that because otherwise, Fat Bear Week would mean something totally different.
What?
Oh, you know what? We'll talk about that off stream. I will give you an education when we're done.
This is elementary school, Carla. I know your
I
brain
know that's
doesn't do.
fine.
I know your
Yep,
brain doesn't do anything with kids, but
you
mine does.
do. I'm child free by choice. Not that go people who have children. That is freaking amazing. I am not
If you
one of
want
those
them,
people.
yes.
Or if you didn't and you got stuck with them, hey, you know what? Good follow through. I'm proud of you. Terrible. I realized this weekend I'm a terrible human being. And does if you embrace it, are you still a terrible human being?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you are. Yeah.
Thanks, Helen.
I
Jerk.
was just being honest. You get points for effort.
All right. Sorry, I'm a little late. I'm checking chat now. Hello, Renee. Harrison 11106 is wanting to know when we're going to get a critique or a syntique. I got critiques all the time. I don't know which one of us he's talking to.
I don't know which one he's. So I think we're both traditionally dinking around today.
Yeah, it's funny. If you would have asked me 6 months ago if I would go back to traditional, I would have said you would have pulled my iPad from my cold dead hands, because I was loving digital so much. And then I don't know if it was like if it's the
Harrison
collective
1106.
if it's the collective consciousness of artists right now that everybody's switching over to traditional. I think they're just like they're wanting. That's how we know we can fight the AI. So like everybody and their dog is going to traditional right now, and I'm kind of here for it.
Fuck that! If somebody wants to send me a Cintiq, I will draw on that bitch.
You heard it here first, folks. Drop a Cintiq in the mail for Alan,
draw
and
on that thing till the cows come home.
I have the iPad Pro, which is about the same cost as a Cintiq, and it's pretty nice.
Yeah, and it takes up less space.
It does, and I can draw anywhere. Well, almost anywhere. I posted a video. I don't know if you caught it about.
You can even draw on the toilet if you wanted to while you're dropping a deuce.
And the classiest of coworkers, only here.
Oh, sorry, folks. Sorry. When you're around kids all day and you have to auto filter everything, you just kind of got to let loose a little bit when you get off. Wait a minute.
On stream?
So this is probably how this is going to go.
So we should probably let you know that every other more professional one.
Yeah, we had great conversations with Nathan. Nathan is super professional. Nathan Dywart, wonderful illustrator. We had him on a couple weeks ago. Painter, illustrator. The dude can paint. Godzilla like a mofo, um, and we had some great conversations. I don't know what's happening this time. We were left unsupervised. That's the problem. I was.
Right? You know what? I still have show brain, and that's what I'm gonna blame it on is a total show brain.
Show
The
brain?
fact that
Is
I'm here
that
at
a word?
all is a miracle because I usually like just die after shows. Um, Shows are hard, y'all. If you wanna go the show route, it's
There's
awesome, but
just
it's
there's just a lot of
difficult.
socializing that like you have to be on, like
Yep.
for however many hours you are behind that booth, you have to be on, and your socialization brain has to be like working, and like
Yeah.
sometimes you just can't, like after you get done, like your brain needs a large recharge time, like you don't even want to move, you just want to like look at the TV and not like move anything.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, I'm getting like personally, I'm getting over chronic fatigue, and thank goodness, because
Yeah.
there were days where I couldn't get out of bed, and it's not that bad now. I sometimes have bouts of chronic fatigue. They usually last a day or two as opposed to like a week's.
Uh-huh.
But I have to be super careful of my output so I fall
Yeah.
into that again. And
So
that's
do
a
I
worry.
need
I
to
know there's
remind
there's a lot
you,
of other artists that
like,
deal with.
hey Carla, I think maybe we're doing too much. Maybe we should not. Maybe we're doing too much, Carla.
Are you just trying to get out of podcasting? Is that what it is?
No, no, I'm not. I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you, Carla.
Oh, yeah. Use me as an excuse. I probably need some kind of a
No,
handrail.
podcasting is going to be great. I think we
I'm
can really
excited.
dive into some like, so we can highlight some major issues. Plus, we can show a spotlight on professionals, but as well as people who are just like in this like rough in between phase. Like some people just live in that rough in between phase of like they like art, they do art, but maybe they're not as like completely professional. Maybe it's like part-time professional or as they can get to it kind of thing.
Are
You
you
know,
talking about anybody in particular?
yeah, me. But I know a lot of people like that who,
Yeah.
they have full-time jobs. They might have a second part-time job, and they get to art as they can get to it, but they love interacting with it. We have artists in this region who make comic books, who do all kinds of cool things, independent comic books and things like that. And so, like, I really want to put a spotlight on like people who aren't like just like names that you've never heard of, like because you probably have never heard of my name anyway. But you have probably heard of DragonLady art, Carla Morrow, because she's been doing this thing for a while.
20 years. 20 years. Actually, 20
Yeah.
years this year. My first show was in 2006.
So
Just now.
you're kind of like Yoda of the art world, you
Well,
know.
God, I would not go that far. I'm not big in the con circuit and stuff though, so and I haven't been
Yeah,
for a really long time.
you've been doing the
I'm not
Ren
as
Fest.
well known as you give me credit for.
Well,
You're just blinded by the art.
blinded by the art.
Which is only okay. You really have low standards. You need to raise your own bar.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll get
That's
there.
why
We'll
we're
get there.
here though. We wanna talk about that kind of stuff and get it figured out and
Yeah, I think it's good because I like there's so many people, like there's so many good artists out there nowadays. Like there's really great artists out
yeah.
there, and I love being a fan of art. Like I was a fan of art before I was an artist. I was looking at like Todd Lockwood's illustrations and all these Michael Whelan and all these like professional artists illustrations on publications and stuff.
Waylon.
And just falling in love with it. And so every time I try to draw, and I can't, like, I'm not at that level. Like, it's not like I might not get there, and that's okay, because I'm on the same journey. At least I'm on the same train, and I might just
Yeah,
be at the back of I might be at the car in the back, but we're all on the same train going to the same place. So
because
that's the way I look
you're
at it. That's the way I look
as
at it,
bad
kind of,
as you think you are.
the artistic skill train, and I'm in the back of the car, and somebody else is riding up front in first class, but that's all right.
Mm-hmm. There's room for all kinds. And I don't
Yeah.
think you're as far back as you think you are. What? You're not. But we all have like
Must be that weird Snowpiercer train.
shit.
Shit.
Shit. Uh yeah, well, and we're all fighting our own demons, and I mean I worked full time up until 5 years ago. My dumbass quit 2 months before the pandemic, so I couldn't get that sweet, sweet pandemic pay.
Oh no.
I
You were like,
well, and
shit.
then
That's what you get for anticipating, Carla.
I know, right?
You
What the hell?
anticipated the enshittification of the workspace, and you were like, fuck that.
Thinking I was gonna go somewhere with my art. Ha ha.
Did you end up getting COVID?
I never, you know what? I have not gotten COVID yet. Knock on some wood. Do I have any wood in this room to knock on? I don't. Okay, I'll just knock on my head. No, I have actually not gotten COVID yet, surprisingly enough.
Awesome. Even with staying home for and helping teach kids over Zoom, I still got we still got COVID somehow. So that was.
How did you manage that?
Well, when you have to go into with during the time with PJ's health issues, we did have to frequent
Okay, fair enough.
some hospitals and things, and
right.
it was just
you had to leave your house, and
it was like super highly contagious. So it wasn't like.
No, absolutely. Well, and that's what it was. Is I live kind of the bonus of living in a tiny town is like I don't think 3 months in or 4 months in, like at this hospital, natively, because we weren't getting, because people in town were not getting COVID, they actually were shipping people here from other places in the state because our hospital had room, which did not make a lot of people happy. Completely understandable. But the other side of it is our grocery stores were still stocked until people started hearing that Ruidoso still had like toilet paper, and then everybody started driving up here to do shopping and stuff, which was really problematic.
Oh yeah.
But
one of my friends said he invested in a bidet whenever that started happening, so that they didn't have to use as much poop paper. And I was like, that's genius.
That's a great idea.
I was like, that. I mean, who would think a bidet is a doomsday technology? But I mean, I am here for it. Splash a little warm water on the booty Jew.
And somehow we managed to get back to poop. Thank you, Alan.
Everything comes back to poop, Carla, or some type of weird orifice thing.
I was hoping this would be a little more professional. Apparently, my bad.
Oh shoot! I'm sorry, you didn't specify that before the stream started, Carla. Damn it!
That's true. I did not. I did not.
Let's try to be a little less 13 years old and a little more.
A little less Alan.
Less 13, more 46.
Overrated, but. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Alan and I have both been talking to artists who are interested in coming on and discussing their problems and their dragons they're facing.
Yeah, because I think it's good to shine a light on the hard shit because everybody could be
Yeah.
going through hard shit, you know. Everybody could be
Yeah.
like either like you're not making the sales you want to make. Your artwork you aren't leveling up as quickly as you would like to level up.
Mhm.
You haven't you haven't got the thing that you want published. You know.
Yeah,
Everybody
exactly.
everybody's struggling in some way, so shedding on a light on it, just lets other people know, hey, I'm not alone. Like
Right. And
somebody else is going through this shit too.
yeah, and a lot of that, I mean, a lot of it we don't talk about, we don't see because of social media, because we only post the highlights and the good stuff, right? Like
Mhm.
that's that's about it. And everybody, and you never know like who's suffering silently, who's like having these issues but they don't want to say anything. I know I didn't want to talk about failing sales, because everybody thought, like, I wish I was making the amount of money that people think I'm making.
Right?
I would not have any worries left if I was making the amount of money that people think I'm making, which makes
Yeah,
sense,
because
right?
you
Like
can't.
you publish a
Nobody
few
wants
times
to go.
over,
Nobody wants to hear. Oh yeah, I just broke even on that show. You know,
right, exactly. My show was half what I hoped it would be, or my licensing check wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be, or whatever. There are various other things. And we all have those people on Facebook that complain a lot. And that's the other side of it, is you don't want to be that person. Like no one really cares how I feel about stuff. I don't want to be the complainer. I don't want to be, the person who's constantly there's a lot of reasons why people suffer in silence. I'll just leave it at
right,
that.
right, because
I don't want to call anybody out.
in a professional sense. Uh,
Yeah.
in a
Oh yeah,
professional sense,
absolutely.
complaining too much can lose you jobs, right? It can,
Yeah, yeah. If you've got an AD
you're
who's
seen like
cringing you
as
on
a
Facebook,
you're seen like it seemed as like a lack of confidence in your ability
right.
if you don't show like that you're successful or you're innovative and that you can't figure your way out of a bad situation. And it shows like that somehow that's perceived as a lack of confidence instead of just like maybe it's the market itself that's drying up because of fucking AI. Or because of outside external influences, and it could have nothing to do with you. Um, but the perception
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
is
definitely.
that the perception might be that you're not confident in your abilities. So,
Yeah. Well, and you never know who's watching your profile, right? Like we all want to think that social media is a private place, and it's not, especially if depending on what settings you have or whatever. So if you've got an AD that's seeing that you're complaining about
tell the
companies
kids
that
at
you've
school what
hired,
an AD is, Carla.
art director. Sorry,
There you
thank you.
go.
See, this is why I have you, because I am unaware of what people do and don't know. That there's no way to say that that's not going to make me sound pretentious, is there? I've just been
I
doing it for
mean,
a long time, so all the shorthand and everything comes natural. So that's why. Anyway, yeah. So you never know, like there's an art director, or if there's a company that's interested in hiring socials, or because they're. I mean, we're all, come on, y'all. Y'all have exes
yeah.
on Facebook. Y'all are checking them out. You know that. So, your ADs and your companies and everything else are doing the same thing. They're checking to see if you're complaining about this last company that hired you or whatever, right? So we are making a place for people to vent that kind of stuff. And I wouldn't ever like have somebody out a company. That's a no go. But
So like, if you were
saying
an
that maybe companies aren't paying. What's
if
that?
you were an AD, like say you had a
Right.
dream job of an AD, and you were like,
The
what do
company would
you
be
think?
failing.
What do you think like your criteria for hiring an artist would be?
I can't even figure out my own art. You want else?
No, not judge. I mean,
Yeah,
like
like on a
not
personal
judge,
level,
but
like
like how would you select or choose an art over somebody else's? Like what would say, hey, this person gets the job versus this person doesn't? They both have like similar styles, they both have similar ability, but this person gets the job over this person because maybe they know how to post cohesively online. Maybe they know how to consistently develop something in the style that you're
yeah.
looking for, something like that. So
I think
I think
that's
there's I think there's a you know a litmus for some things, but the litmus is always different depending on the needs, right? The needs are always going to be different depending on what company, what they need, what they have to get developed. So
yeah, and I think you kind of answered your own question there though,
I
because
think I did.
that would definitely like I would like to think that it would be based on the art or not even the skill, because sometimes like what you're looking for is not polished finished work, right? It's something whatever fits the project would come first. And then after that, I mean I don't know, I've never art directed before, but I would, you know, you're definitely checking out social media. You're looking, and then you're looking to see what somebody's posting. Like, how is their professionalism online? How is their attitude online? You know, you don't want to hire somebody who's kind of a negative Nancy, because I know I've worked with people who, you know, had a negative attitude, and it's hard to get excited about projects, and it's hard to do the work, and it's hard to, you know, and
Right.
I'm not saying that like you want to hire somebody who's like constantly toxically positive. That's not the way to go either. But you don't, if somebody is complaining about or their company or whatever online, it's highly likely that they're going to complain about you too, right? People are
Mm.
consistent if nothing else. So if they're already complaining about it, they're probably going to complain about your company too. And you know, like the drama level. I like to pretend I'm anti-drama. Some days I manage that. Um, some days are easier than others.
I think it's also too it's one of those things where you're not only hiring an artist when you hire them. Like, and this is something that you get with, and this is one of the things I've talked about before. Like that you get when you hire an artist that you don't get when you hire AI. You're hiring a collaborator. You're hiring
Yes.
somebody who is going to um, be promote the thing that they're going to work on and promote it in a
Mm-hmm.
way that makes them an asset to what you're doing. Like
Absolutely. Yeah.
you know, so that's like you're bringing this person on to not only be to knock it out of the park creatively for your company, but you're also bringing on a marketer and a collaborator
Yeah.
all in one, and that's something AI can't do for anyone either. It doesn't know how to do that. You know.
Right. Well, and if you have a positive experience, you're going to tell other artists about it, you know? And so if you have a project and you put it to that artist again, and the artist says, oh, I'm hired for something else, or I'm too busy, or whatever, I've got other artists that I can talk to who do similar vein. You know, word gets around that you're, and that goes both ways, right? That's for artists and for companies. You know, if I've worked with an artist before and I know that they've worked for a company, I can call X company and go, hey, I'm thinking about hiring so and so to work on my project. How are they to work with? And that company can make or break your future career, right? I mean, that's why so many artists. I know we've talked about this with other people on Sumrow's group chat before. I don't want to drop any names, but you know, having to take those lesser paid jobs because you need to get your foot in the door. And
Oh
if you
yeah.
can, you know, pull off a good set of work or a good piece, even if the company's not paying great because it's your first job, that still
Yeah.
makes it worth it. You know? I'm not saying that you
Yeah.
should let companies walk all over you. I know you ran into the dreaded art competition thing in the last week or so.
Oh,
And
yeah.
art competitions are never good. Don't ever, yeah. I mean, I can't even say that because sometimes just be particular about like what you're spending your energy on,
Right.
right?
Right.
Like if you think that an art competition is going to help you, then do it. But if it's not paying well and it's not,
Well,
giving
because
you
our artists
anything,
should be seen as like a mechanic or a doctor in some way. Like the
right?
article that my friend found, Liz Darling, I'll drop her name. Might have her on the show, podcast at some point. But she brought up a good point with because I thought I was doing kind of something because I have a group that promotes local artists in the area and tries to and working on trying to get that into a nonprofit and just boosting people up and making sure that they're taken care of as artists. It's like but their labor is important. Like the work that you
Yeah,
do. Um, Basically, like when you're asking for a contest, or like you're being asked to make spec art for and some in this case it was being asked to be made for free for kudos for some prizes that may or may not have applied to that the artist may have been able to use. So
right.
I was like, I'm gonna give. I have some money from a previous event that I took money for that I hosted, and this is what this money is meant for is meant to support artists. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give $50, and that kind of started a chain reaction where a whole bunch of other organizations, were like, and businesses were
Oh,
like, we're gonna
cool.
give $50, and
Oh,
so now
nice.
the pot's like $250 for a t-shirt design, and I'm
Nice.
like, that's fucking awesome. But
Yeah,
but
that's really cool.
but then but
But
then
it shouldn't have had to been you stepping up and doing that in the first place.
right, you're right. We took it's we took a lesser of two evils, but it's still like it's still a problematic
Yeah.
way to address things. It's a problematic way to approach getting art, from anybody,
Yeah.
from and it's just something that's become commonplace in a lot of, I hate to say it,
Right.
in a lot of areas that are
Mhm.
um, not well off.
Yeah.
Our region is probably one of the poorest regions in southeast Kansas. And it's just commonplace to do these kind of things to get what you need as an organization or business or apparently sometimes the city. So but it's way better than an AI design on a t-shirt, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. I would much prefer an artist get submit a work, get $250 than see some people walking around with shitty AI art representing our community when there are fantastic graphic designers, fantastic artists in this region that can make um, a t-shirt design for somebody. And
Right.
all it would have taken was an extra little bit of research or an extra bit of effort to make that happen
That's
without
it.
a contest.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think that's a huge reason why AI has hit so hard right now is because you already have generations of people that don't consider art a viable income. Like they
Mm-mm.
don't, and I think we talked about this a little bit when Nathan was on, is they don't know, quote unquote, how the sausage is made. So they don't understand. There's a lot of people that don't understand that everything that you interact with during every day of your life has been touched by an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's
the car
design.
you drive, the shirt you're wearing, everything has been designed by an artist. And so, you know, you hear artist and you think of the flaky, hoity-toity, flighty, you know, whatever person that's going to art shows and selling their work directly and is emotional and is probably depressed or suicidal or, you know, so on and so forth, and not the working artists that are out there, you know, that do your cover design on the newspaper or the magazine that you're reading, because, you know, people still read magazines, or, you know, the graphics on the website you're looking at, or any of that. Like, artists do all of that. You know, the pattern of the chair that you're sitting on at
The vehicles that
breakfast,
you drive, the buildings that you go
all of it,
into,
all
all
of
of
it.
it, you know, like, and you know, you don't even consider like an architect is such a upper uh echelon specialist at what they do. Nobody even considers
Mm-hmm.
them an artist. They're
Yeah,
considered an architect or an engineer, but they're still artists. They're
yeah.
still they're still concepting and designing something that did not exist um, with
They still
human
probably
hand.
took a painting one class.
Right.
And
So
so, you know, you already have a group of people that's devalued. And then for AI to come along and go, not only that, look at how easy this is. A computer could do it.
right,
Um,
right.
and you
And
have, you know,
all it can do is make amalgamations of what somebody
mm,
else already created. So yeah,
yeah.
apparently this is going to be the shit on AI episode of our
I think there's
initial
going to be a few of these,
flagship episode is shit on AI.
right?
um, because I don't even view it as art, because
Oh, God, no.
for it to be classified as art, it has to have a human hand involved in its
Mhm.
inception, and and it just doesn't. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Paint, need paint. So yeah, there's a lot of artists out there who are dealing with this kind of thing and how to feel about it and how to feel about I need a new palette. And I think this is why we see the huge swing back towards traditional. Is I know, like, for me, I'm doing a lot of stuff that's highly interactive, you know, painting on the metal and adding the lapidary, the stonework. Like,
hmm
in order to get the full effect of that particular piece, you have to be standing in front of it, right? Like, you can't just, even
right,
sharing it online isn't going to be anything close to what you're going to be able to see when you're standing in front of it.
right,
And I know a lot
totally.
of people that are going that route, you know. And I think one of the major colleges, I haven't looked in a couple of weeks, but one of them came out with a study just recently about how art affects the brain when you're standing in front of it versus, you know, looking at it online. And that's the other part of it too. Many of us just scroll Instagram and look at art and go, "Ooh, that's cool," and then that's it, right? Like, it's just
Oh
not.
yeah, oh
We
yeah.
keep galleries on our phones and in our pockets and on our
They're,
computers, and I mean,
they're too
I love
busy.
it.
They're too busy attention farming you to let you enjoy it. Like
Right?
that's
Yeah,
the
yeah. The social
you
medias,
know
definitely.
they're trying to figure out what's going to trigger you to keep you clicking and commenting and engaging to let you and actually enjoy something that you want to look at, and
Right,
that's
which is annoying as well because they built their platforms off the backs of artists,
right.
right?
It's
We were the content now, that visual, you know, that visual media was the content, and now we can't even reach our people that like and follow our pages, you know?
yeah, yeah, they make it they like they've made like the longer and longer it goes, like the more shitty the tools get, it's like
Mm-hmm.
they don't
Shitification.
even give a shit anymore. You're gonna take what we give you and like it, because
Yeah.
there's really no other option to go to.
Where else are
Um,
you gonna go?
yeah. I was thinking about it because, like, if you want to do like some type of in-person event, local, the most people go and check Facebook before anything else. Like before they,
Mhm.
check the newspaper, before anything. It is marketed on Facebook before anything else.
Yeah.
And so, like, to do in-person social events like I want to do with my group, if I host like a sketch jam or at a coffee shop or anything like that, people are going to go to Facebook to see that, which keeps you constantly engaged with it, and keeps it constantly anchored to the real world. And there's nothing breaking that. There's no,
Mhm.
like, I've tried some different apps like that neighborhood one, and there's just nobody there in
Yeah,
comparison
yeah, of course.
to being on Facebook. So
Yeah. Well, and that's going to depend on your audience too. Like again, I've been doing this for 20 years, so the bulk of my audience are no longer teenagers. We'll just say that. And they're most of them are still on Facebook,
right,
right? Like I've got an okay following on Instagram. But my Facebook page still shows over 100,000 people. It's one of the larger fantasy artist Facebooks out there, but I can't reach any of them. And now
yeah,
the
you are,
algorithm,
Carla, and you were just saying you weren't like a big name.
shut up. It's been a few years, um, but I can't reach that audience anymore. And a lot of the algorithms have gone to like a percentage based thing,
Hmm.
where if you have 10 followers and 7 to 8 of them are engaging, your page is going to be seen more than somebody who has 107,000 followers with only a 0.002% engagement. Like that's just the nature of the beast now.
I'm kind of surprised that they're not charging us to see our likes or the
Oh,
or the
don't stop. Don't give them any ideas, fucker. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Like they're not like just
Make
fucking
it worse.
subscription basing the shit out of this stuff.
Yeah. Well, and I like new ones have come up. I mean, look at the Kara stuff when Kara came out that was for artists,
Yeah, that
everybody
was
jumped
pretty sweet.
ship. And then I haven't heard anything about I don't even think I've logged into my Kara once in the
I
last like
I
few
still
months.
have the app, but
Mhm.
I don't log into my Cara. The one that I've been enjoying a lot lately, and I'm not sure what it is, but the algorithm with it has been fucking phenomenal. Has been Substack, like, and
Yeah, that's what you
I
were
don't even
saying,
have a damn newsletter yet. I
right?
put it out. I put it out there. FYI, if anybody wanted to, join my Substack and who's on there, and when I hit 100 followers, or subscribers, I am going to start my newsletter, Wonder and Whimsy newsletter, and
Way to
that's going to
gatekeep.
be, huh?
Way to gatekeep.
Sorry, my bad. No, it's just a goal. It's a goal to
No, I
reach.
know, I know, I know. I'm just giving you
I
a hard time.
wanted to I wanted
Always have
to have a specific goal to reach, and
yeah, of course.
if I can get that goal, then I think that it would be, it kind of like proves that, like, that's enough people that want to see my content that would come back, for weekly sketches and things like that, and I could compile it all and have something to give them weekly in
Right.
their inbox. So
Yeah. And you'll know it's worth it before doing, say, a daily dragon and then burning out to the point where you can't even write a single email anymore.
yeah, there's that.
Not that I'm calling anybody out myself. Sorry, guys, I am working on it.
Yeah, but
Um,
you also, like you said, you went and you're redoing your entire Like you're going into find back into traditional media, and also changing your direction to a more like mystical fine art kind of surrealist
Mhm.
uh, style, right?
Right.
Moving away from the direct fantasy niche to broaden your market a little bit,
Yeah.
which is sometimes like what you have to do, but also still be in love with kind of like what you're doing or why do it. So like
You know,
I can
you make it sound like I'm not just a lazy asshole.
no, you're doing a lot. So you know you're
Just
developing a
not
new
enough.
style. You're relearning old skills. You're brushing things off. So I think give yourself some credit for what you're doing,
No,
and
it's easier to
come back
beat
at it.
myself up.
Come back at it when you can come back at the Daily Dragon or the newsletter or however you want to describe it when you have enough spoons to do that. You know.
Yeah. Whatever, Alan. It's not enough. It's never enough. And that's, I think, something that a lot of artists feel is it's never enough, right? Like
Oh no,
what
no,
other
no.
job, what other, other than entrepreneurship do you have to wear all these hats, right? Like you have to remember, I have to remember, let me specify this, that any other company in the world has social media marketers and they have people that go to the shows, they have people that do the things, they have people that make the products, they have people that do all the stuff, and I do all that on top of making the art for everything, right? Like
Yeah, you're the manager, the art director, you're everything in the studio right there.
mm-hmm. And sometimes it's just exhausting.
Yeah, I mean I think that's for me, sometimes that's the appeal of doing commission work or working for a client
Yeah.
is that I don't have to think about they just have to tell me what they want. And I
Right.
don't have to think about it. I just have to draw it. Which
Yeah.
is which is nice sometimes. Like give me the specs. Give me the specs. I'll knock it out.
Right.
Um, I'll knock it out to the best of my ability. You like it, you like it. You don't come back. You know what I
That's your
mean?
fault, not mine.
Yeah, your fault for
I'm
coming
having
to this
time with
bar, buddy.
commissions. Yeah,
um,
I
but
should
that's
open more commission spots, and I have a couple of people that are waiting in the wings now for commissions. There we go. And I need to, I really should do it more because it's
well, you can't
even if I can't make
you can't
money or
water
money.
every garden, right? You can't like whatever
No,
garden you're
I
going
can
to
do
water. That's
anything. I'm supposed to be able to do everything. What part of this are you not understanding?
like you got to water the garden that you want to grow. Like that's the thing.
Yeah,
Like if you water commissions, that's going to grow. If you water something else, that's going to grow. If you know, so it's like yeah. I mean, you can try to do it all, but then it's like you know, master of many. Master. You're not going to master the one thing that you want
yeah,
to do.
right. Jack of all
You're
trades, master
gonna
of none.
you're gonna be a jack of all trades, master of none, which can be lend you to like a quite successful mediocrity. I, that is my sweet spot. I stay in that zone. Like I cover that zone base quite well.
If I don't push
It's my
myself too
it's
hard, no one will expect anything.
it's my comfort sweet spot right there. Is just
There
that
you go.
that sweet mediocrity. I love it.
Hmm.
Well,
Uh,
we're hope we're providing some insight and some good content entertaining everyone tonight because
right? Thank you.
we really do like making art. It's an addiction, it's an obsession, it's our passion, and
All of that.
we'd probably be doing it for free if we couldn't get paid at it. But we think we should still get paid at it because we're fucking artists.
And it is a skill. Talent, yeah, don't even get me started on the talent argument.
Thank you, Renee. We're not going to change. We're just going to get worse and worse. I'll try to be more
changing
professional.
enough as it is. I don't need to change anything else.
Yeah, I'll try to be more professional and not relate everything back to poop, though.
Bullshit. You're so full of it.
I am.
Oh, look at that. I brought it back to shit that time.
Oh, ba-dum-bum. I'm in your head now. It's Inception.
Shit. Yeah, so the plan is to have like artists on, I think every other week is what we were talking.
Yeah, we're gonna try. We're gonna try, and based on what their schedules and their time frames that they can meet are. We didn't even discuss that. We might have to actually do interviews. We might not be able to do live stream interviews. Might just have to record them with their availability. So
this week we'll have a Here Be Dragons YouTube setup where I think we'll be uploading these. We'll still do the live stream. I believe they're still going to remain on our socials.
I think
DragonLady Art. And where are you streaming to, Alan?
I'm streaming to my YouTube and my regular Facebook because that's where most people interact. So
cool.
But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where to stream to, like where my peoples are at, and most of the time it's on the Facebook here because that's where all my local folks are from. But we will see where I can water my garden and get it to grow.
Exactly. And what gardens would you like to water, Ellen?
The Alan Childers Art on Instagram and the Alan Childers Art and Illustration on YouTube. Here on Facebook, Alan Childers Art and Illustration. So it's and then go check out my website, childersartstudios.com.
So are you you're kind of all over the place with your business names?
Yeah, kind of.
Alan Childers is kind of like a little more consistent, but you've also done Chili.
Childers like my handle. My handle has always been like Chili Draws and stuff like that. My online persona handles have always been like my nickname, Chili Draws, and stuff like that. Those aren't really my business names. It's either Childers Art Studios or Alan Childers Art and Illustration. So people can call me Chili. I respond to both, Chili or Alan. Kind of a nickname I stole from my dad. So.
I will say it's one of the coolest things to be at a show and have people go, "Oh my God, are you the Dragon Lady?" And I'm like, "Yes, that would be me. I am the Dragon Lady.
I am Dragon Lady. Hello, Dragon Lady."
Thank you. I am the Dragon Lady. That does. I had a woman who follows me on Facebook and didn't realize I was from the area at the show this weekend, and she was looking through my stuff and then looked up with big bright eyes and was like, "Oh my God, are you the Dragon Lady?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "I follow you everywhere." I'm like, "Yay!"
That's awesome. I mean, that's great to be recognized like that. That's like, I've never had that. Mm-hmm. So one day. Actually, that's not true. I am really popular with kids.
Right?
Kids call my name out like half across Walmart and totally feeds my ego, and that's why I've been in elementary school for the last 7 years, just because children feed my ego there.
You don't need to step into the professional realm. You just need to.
I know. I'm a rock star every time I walk through that door.
You have more cojones than I do, because kids.
I mean, kids are amazing. They're like the greatest source of imagination that we have on this planet. They are at a certain point. at a certain point, they are fearless about trying anything, any kind of media or anything. And really, it's you have to help them navigate that self-doubt, because an artist can die on the vine when that around fourth and fifth grade, when they start recognizing that their artwork isn't as good as, their Fortnite characters or these highly professional, AAA games. If it's not that good, sometimes they get hard on themselves. And
Well,
really,
and that's not even taking into consideration the social circles about not becoming an artist, right?
right.
Like we were talking earlier, not having supportive family or friends or whatever, that's
Totally.
all of
Totally.
that feeds into itself.
Yeah. Some people think being an artist, and to a certain degree, they have a point, is a risky career move,
Mm-hmm.
and in a lot of ways to be to constantly want to do that. And recently in the last 20 years, probably a little bit right, but you know
Yes,
you
yes, it
have
is.
to you have to make you have to make the market where you're at, and sometimes you have to build it back up from scratch. And AI may not survive. It may not. As soon as these rich guys quit finding ways to make money off of it, it might not survive. But you know what's going to survive as long as we do? Art.
Art.
It's
Yeah, the
always
desire
going
to
to be,
create.
as long as we survive, art's going to survive, and then we are going to, yeah. Um,
Well, and there's nothing wrong with not like becoming a professional either. So
no,
that's something I
for
would like to
sure.
clarify too is if you're not like if you just are not into being a professional artist, that's okay. You can still be an amazing personal artist or artist on your own or
Oh, yeah.
whatever. You don't have to make money at this. I wanted to be an artist full time and do this full time since I was 8 years old. There is literally nothing else I could do, right? So I didn't, I don't really have a choice.
I
But
mean,
you don't have to
there's a
go that route.
lot I could do, and I did a lot of
Mhm.
things before finding my art para position.
Mhm.
And it always comes back to art. It always comes back to this passion. Like
Yeah.
I've done a lot of different things. I was a soldier. I was, I've worked at McDonald's. I've flipped burgers. I've worked on satellites. I have,
Mhm.
went and picked up food for food distribution. Uh, there's
Mm.
lots of different things that I've done in my life. Only one, though, like, consistently brings me back to the passion that I want to do and never get bored of it, and that's art. So
Yeah, of course. And that comes through, right? Like that's people always say, "Oh my gosh, you're so talented," and it's not a talent. It's the passion and the desire to do it, right? Like it doesn't matter if I make a bad painting, I'm still going to get up the next day and do this, right?
yeah,
Like that when you love doing something more than you want the story or the failure or whatever may come of it, then it becomes
yeah, shitty art's still valid.
oh, absolutely. God knows I have painted some shitty paintings more than a few. This week, even, I am not happy with what I did at the tattoo convention, and I'm gonna wipe it out and start again. And I prepped that canvas for 2 months, and
Yeah,
I've
I
gone.
know. I think that's incredibly brave of you to, like,
Oh, thanks.
redo that. And, like, I'm like, holy shit, you are, like, and you're just like, yeah, fuck it, and I'm just like, oh my god. If I did something like that, I would go cry in the corner like a little bitch.
It's not. I don't know. When I apprenticed, I guess under my mother-in-law, she was big into the lesson that your best painting is always your next one, right? Like don't fall so in love with your own art that you can't part with it, that you can't move on from it, that you get stuck in a rut, that you know, things
Yeah.
like that. And that's something that I've always taken to heart is my best painting is always my next one. And yes, my paintings are my children. And you know what? Children grow up and they move out of the house and they support their parents and they got to go out and get a job. And so
Right.
when I finish a painting, I have I have no problem selling originals at all. And I even I had a woman at the show this weekend tell me about a painting that she bought for me literally 20 years ago that I had completely forgotten I had painted.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god, I forgot about that piece." And I've even I went home and I tried to find the files for it. I can't find the files for it either. I remember painting it, you know. People own this piece, this print. It was a jade jaguar mask with a woman, like it was a kind of a furry piece, amusingly enough, but not that furry cutesy style. Not that there's
Yeah.
anything wrong
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
furry cutesy style. That's not what I'm saying. But it was that kind of, and yeah. So I have forgotten about more paintings than
Oh, yeah.
any, And
I have
again, I've
that.
been doing
I
this
have
for
that.
20 years.
I go through that too. I go through a level of detachment with a piece, um,
Mm-hmm.
especially after you're finished with it and you critique it and then you move on from it and you come back from it like like three, like even 2 weeks, sometimes 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
I could be like, removed from it. Like it's like it's detached from me now.
Right.
Like while
Right.
you're creating it, like
It's your
you're
baby, and then you're in the zone, and you want to coddle it and love it into
yeah,
fruition.
yeah. But like once it's over with, it's like
That was
uh
fun,
get away from me. Like this is garbage.
right?
It's going in a drawer and nobody's ever looking at it.
Oh, honey, why don't we talk about that?
And
My most
then
popular
and then
selling
you
piece.
but then I will look at pieces from like further back, like further back. I'll find my sketchbooks and I'll flip through them and I'm like, oh damn, that was good. Why did
Yeah,
that was good? Why didn't I do anything with this? Oh, that was good.
right. Yeah, my biggest selling piece, the cherry blossom piece, I hated that piece. As soon as I finished it, I was like, this is trash. No one's gonna ever buy this.
Yeah.
And I stuck it in a drawer for 6 months and then was going through my originals drawer and went, well, I painted it. It needs to, make some kind of money or something. And so I pulled it out and I took 6 prints to a show and I sold out all of the prints within the first 2 hours of the show.
Oh shit.
And it to this day is still my best selling piece.
You really just don't know what's going to resonate with people. Like
Don't
personal
have a
pieces,
clue.
I think resonate the most with people. But you never realize like what somebody is going to gravitate to or like what's going to be like
Mm-hmm.
the best piece. Like I've sold stuff that 10 years old, and just I had an extra print, or an extra run of prints that I found in a drawer, and I'm like, oh, well, I'll put these, I'll put bag and board these and bring these, and save some money. Uh, so I don't have to print new prints off because it's been a while since anybody's seen this. And then
Mm-hmm.
that one ends up being like better
The
than my
print
newest
of
shit.
the
I'm
show.
like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know. And I have always struggled with personal pieces on for various reasons, but even selling personal pieces. It's like I don't have a clue what, as you said, what people actually want and what they want to hang on their walls and what they want. So I just paint whatever comes into my head and hope that, somebody likes it.
Well, obviously, some of the stuff you've painted and come that has come in your head has resonated with enough people that it's kept you working for 20 years.
Yeah,
So,
that's very true.
I mean, if you think about it, that I mean, even though like the last few years may like have been like a little bit of a disconnect, like I think that's more of external forces
Mhm.
on our like
On
on
artists in
us.
general.
Yeah, external forces on artists in general. Then it's anything to do with what you're putting out and what you're producing. So
Yeah, no, I'm very much inclined to agree. Like it's like shit's hard right now. The world is hard and people don't have a lot of extra money to spend and they don't have a lot of
no,
time and people are going more for experiences now, which is all really, I mean, the experience part and stuff is all great. The world being hard, not great. But it's that meme of the world is burning down and artists are out here screaming, "Hey, you want to buy a painting?" It's
yeah, right,
considered a luxury, and I for years tried to make sure that my art was affordable, that anybody who wanted it could afford it and could get it, or on some level. Um, and I talk to other artists and they they made X amount of money at a show. And I go, well, I made that too, but I made it off of $20 prints where they made it off of selling 3 originals. You
right.
know, it's a different, it's tough out there right now. It's tough.
It's hard out there in the streets.
Yeah. But it's worth it. Like I said, there's nothing else I would rather be doing. I mean,
Right,
clearly,
right.
I spent more than a few days crying on the bathroom floor when the pandemic happened because I went from having a full docket of shows down to nothing, and quitting my day job literally a month before the pandemic hit, and yeah,
Yeah,
seeing it all wiped out, overnight was difficult. And it hasn't bounced back, at least for me. I know there's a lot of artists that are doing really, really, really well out there, and a lot of them are published, right? They are with
right.
Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons or whatnot, and they're for the most part still doing really well. Um, Again, not always, and not. I'm not saying that there are no artists out there who are doing personal work that are doing well, because that's not true either.
I just one of the things that social media has shown me is just the sheer amount of people out here that are doing artwork and doing
Yeah,
fantastic artwork. I don't think
right.
there's ever been a
Mm-mm.
time. I think we're living in an era of must be living in an era
Accessibility.
of yeah of like just where everything like technology is affordable enough to where there's hundreds of thousands of artists out here. There's millions
Yeah,
of us. um there's artists of every caliber, inkling, just putting so much amazing work into the universe. And to have somebody's just come along and take a huge shit on that with their technology and stuff like
right.
that is it's just a slap in the face to what humanity is, what art has given to humanity. um
Yeah,
and and I kind of like, I know a lot of people, they don't always see it that way. They don't always see like, oh, well, you're just sensitive, or you're just getting triggered and stuff like that. It's like, no, you just don't see the world. You just don't see things as a system, like happening as a whole. You're just
well,
not.
yeah, and a lot of them are. I mean, you're getting into like grifter territory, and grifters are going to grift, right? These are people that think that we became artists because we're making money, and I'm not saying that there aren't people out there who are doing it. There's not. There are plenty of people that woke up one morning and went, you know what sells? $1 million paintings. That's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to do $1 million paintings. But grifters are going to
Oh
grift,
yeah,
and that's of course they're grabbing onto AI and jumping into these spaces that artists have been in. I mean, I was here back in my day. Oh, I was I was doing art during the whatever, the crash in '08, right? I was
right.
already doing shows, and so I've seen a lot of this play out once already. and see the people that jump on the bandwagon thinking that they're going to make money at shows, and who decide to try to turn their hobby into, where they make money. And for the most part, people are literally just that. They're just trying to make a couple of extra bucks. But there are a lot of people out there, and these are the AI proponents, who think that if they make a bunch of art with AI and they put it out there, it's going to make money. And even if you follow a lot of the people that have been trying to do this, even they're saying they can't make money at it anymore because of there's too many people, the markets are flooded, things like that. And
it's not about accessibility anymore. It's about affordability. It's about people don't have, they have to choose between buying your art or eating food or paying their rent or paying a bill. There are other things that are like more important to them than purchasing your art. And they just want like a commodity that they can make money from. And it's like, that's, if you're in it to make money and that's all that you ever wanted to gain from creating art, you are going to be sorely disappointed.
Yes.
Like welcome to a realm of disappointment and hurt and heartache. And because that's mostly like, there is a lot of love in art, but there's a lot of broken hearts in the art too.
Yeah. I think as I don't know, as terrible as it is, maybe, I think we'll see a big weeding out, right? Like the people who are grifting, who are making AI stuff, will start to like see diminishing returns. I just read an article a little bit ago that was, people are canceling their Mid-Journey accounts because the slot machine feeling is no longer as exciting as it was 2 months ago. Right? They're tired of, like, they don't really care that they can jump on and make whatever image they can, because they're not into it, right? They don't love it. It's not, and there's no work put into it. So there's diminishing returns on what they're getting out of it. And
I think it's like
combine
porn.
that.
I think it's like porn in a way. You become desensitized to what you're doing. And once you can't think of anything for yourself anymore, you can't imagine, once you can't like imagine something without that crutch, you stop being able to do it for yourself. So, like,
yeah, exactly, very similar. And so I think
a prompt is only useful in so much as you are able to even think of the prompt. Like, when you can't think of a decent prompt to put in there, you've lost your ability to concept, to imagine, to create, and effectively to create. So.
Yeah. Well, and people are going to get tired of like buying stuff online and having bad quality stuff get in. And I think we're about to see, and I am clinging onto this hope with talons, that we'll see a renaissance of artists, because a lot of us are going back to traditional, and a lot of us are going back into shows because we can go to the show and we can stand toe to toe and say, look, this is the original that I physically made, right? These are my paint strokes. These are my concepts where I held the brush and made these, just every single brush stroke is a decision. And you can prove that, where somebody who does AI, who just, throws a bunch of prints on the wall, can't prove that, right?
And if you can live paint and draw, more power to you, because like, you are like, if you can do that in front of people and still able to make something halfway presentable, you're going to have a lot of good time, because you're going to be able to make something in front of people. People are going to want to see you work. Like, that's kind of the voyeuristic side of streaming and doing things in front of people. Is that
are you making me feel bad for not live streaming? Is that what this is? You're calling me out. You're going, see, you didn't like live streaming. You can't hack it.
No, live painting. I'm talking about in
Live
person.
painting. Sorry, yeah,
But
no.
that's
Well,
one
because
of the
yeah,
that's one of the things though
it was a
that
joke. I didn't mean.
people enjoy watching people work, and they know that's created by their hand.
Right.
And so that kind of voyeurism, or that kind of like knowing that like a human touched it, if you can do that in person, like you are going to have a lot of different cool opportunities come your way, because I think a lot of people are going to gravitate towards that too.
Now I just feel bad for not being able to live stream. Thank
No,
you.
no,
Thank you.
no, you
I
didn't.
appreciate you too. You're awesome.
You know.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
All right. So should we end this
Yeah, you want to end on?
podcast?
Sure.
All
Thank
right.
you guys for hanging out. We went almost, I think, well, we'll figure it out. I think an hour and a half is probably pretty good.
Yeah, I think hour and a half
We'll
is
be able
pretty
to keep it
good.
that.
I mean,
Yeah,
we might
we're gonna
we
keep
might
it.
do an hour. We might do hour and a half. Just depends on what we had to talk about. I think we talked a lot about AI tonight, and we'll see what we talk about next time, and we'll definitely look at some more topics of discussions, and get some artists scheduled,
Yeah.
and have some more things to say.
Yeah, I'm excited on this venture and it should be fun. And if you enjoy art and enjoy talking about art in business or hearing about art in business and the struggles and the wins, we'll be discussing wins too. So for sure. Hopefully we'll get some problems that artists are facing figured out and advice that people can take into their own business and their own art. And it should be a good time. Should be a fun ride.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, guys, and we will see you next time. Have a good
See you
night.
next time. Bye.
Are we off?